Okay.
Caleb, this freaking controller is super nice. I don't know what the heck.
It looks cool, dude.
Dude, it is
I
like,
I can't. I've never tried it, but I can't imagine how cool it would be to play with those
like it's,
paddles. But yeah,
it's
everything
really,
about it seems like it's very
but
high quality,
it's
right?
cool because like, look at, it's got these like trigger like stops so I can make it a shorter pull.
That's
So
cool, man.
and
So
then
you can adjust it. Yeah.
this came with it. This is the extended stick. I can swap it out.
The risers. Yeah.
Yeah, like you just go like this.
What are you gonna use it
Yeah.
for?
Look, and then you just pop out the sticks really easy. Just change it.
Dope.
It's like a magnet.
Oh, that is cool. I like that they're using magnets to keep things together a lot more. What are you gonna use it for?
We've been using it for Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm.
Oh, did you
Which is
get that?
Fucking incredible game.
Dude, I told you. Yeah, those
It's
games are
real
awesome.
good.
You've said that a couple of times, and I'm like, yeah, they're fucking dope. Louis, my
Dude,
coworker, is amazing at those games.
It's really good. It's a really good game. Oh yeah, here look, this is crazy too. The back, the little paddles.
Uh huh.
Um,
Is that on the Switch?
no, it's on.
It's just for the PC. It's an
Like,
Xbox controller, but you just plug it in a PC.
They just slot in like that.
Cool.
You can take them off and on. So if I only want 2 of them, like for Call of Duty, I can just do 2 of them, or I can do 4 if I want to get crazy, like for a fighting game or something.
That's cool.
It is cool. Anyways,
So many buttons.
Yeah, I mean, well, for like Call of Duty stuff, you kind of need the extra ones.
there's a lot of buttons, yeah. So like I tried it. It was weird. I shot bots for like 30 minutes just using these 2 for jump and slide.
Weird.
It's so strange, but the auto assist, the aim assist is like, it's ridiculous.
Is it cheater?
Like, it's like as soon as you get close, it like just tracks.
Oh my god.
Now you're like, what the? Like, of course we're getting melted again. Like they're
Because
just
we're
like
going up against that.
just like kind of good, and it's like great.
I feel like Todd keeps trying to cover my eyes.
Oh, it's because it gets like
something's.
overexposed.
There's something naughty I'm not supposed to see. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Anyways, it's sweet. This whole back piece just pops out if you don't want it there at all.
Nice.
And then to reprogram these, you just hold that button down, and when it's flashing, you find the one you want, hold it down, and then press the paddle you want, and that's it. It programs it.
Oh, so that becomes like the X and A and B
Yeah,
buttons.
it's
bottom.
yeah, it's because when you're playing like say Call of Duty, your thumbs stay here for everything, and you shoot with these, but you don't want to
Oh.
you don't want to let go of this to do that, so you do this instead. And your thumbs never leave the stick.
So, are we all doing massless, Josh, or are we doing half and half?
Oh,
I thought that was the gimmick.
I'll find.
I think you've been
That'd be
voted
cool.
out, Todd.
Whatever, man. I just like if it's not going anywhere, like what's the point? I'll have to go find one. I'll be right back.
The point is, we're still in quarantine.
All right.
Piece
Dude,
of shit.
Todd's anti-masker. I knew it.
Wait, I don't think I have it on right.
Yeah, how do you know if it's upside down or not?
Yeah, now I gotta like. I wouldn't care, but now that I have the image up, I have to make sure it's.
This one says go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, Ken.
Oh. I'll be back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you guys are serious. Okay.
I mean, we don't have to do it tonight. We can postpone.
Get it
God.
out now. Get it out now.
Just play the Jeopardy music.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
All right. Are you guys ready to get started?
Yup.
All right. Hold on. It's cool that we're watching, but we can minimize that. All right. Hey.
Hey.
What's up, everybody? It's the only show on the internet that bets you probably thought we forgot your Christmas bonus. There it is. And half of that's from Josh. It's the Quaranstream. So today we're reviewing 1983's Trading Places, directed by John Landis. Written by Timothy Harris and Herschel Weingrod. Eddie Murphy and Dan Ackroyd. When they were young. This is 1983?
Yeah, that's
It's the
crazy.
year after we're born, and this is the movie that you guys want to talk about, apparently.
Did you
Well, a
not
couple-
enjoy it?
Real quick. So
Yeah, well... But, Josh, give me numbers.
yeah, it was a $15 million budget. Opening weekend it was $7 million, but it grossed 90. So it was a huge
hit.
Oh my god.
And by the way, like John Landis was a god in the 1980s. So like everything he did was insanely popular.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, you could probably tell me more about John Landis, because he sounds somewhat familiar, but... I'm just
This
now
is
looking
only
at
the-
his
this is
body
the-
of work. Blues
Yeah.
Brothers, I mean...
Animal
got a-
House, Blues Brothers, Coming to America. And his, I believe his son is the one who's directing the sequel to Coming to America. That's
Yeah.
coming out this year.
His son is really?
Yeah. I think. Plus, speaking of what Caleb said, dude, Eddie Murphy, I didn't even know this. He was like 21 when he did this
Was
movie.
he really?
Jesus!
I could not believe he was that young.
It's a
I didn't
baby.
realize he was 21.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Dang, how old was?
I-
Oh my god.
Because I think he was
so
born
young.
in like I think he was born like 61 or something. So he's like 21, 22 when this comes out.
So young. How old was he doing all his stand-up then?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I was getting confused with like when was he on Saturday Night Live? When was he doing this comedy routine?
Yeah, what's the timeline and all that then?
I did not check.
That's
Wasn't this like his second movie?
Yeah, it was pretty early.
What was his first movie?
Wasn't it 48 Hours?
That was the first movie? Really?
Might have been.
That's crazy.
Because didn't Landis? I think he
I'm looking
did
it up.
Beverly Hills Cop, right? Also.
Yeah. 3 at least.
48 Hours in 1982.
That was his first movie? He was 20?
Eddie, oh dude, so Murphy was doing both. Eddie Murphy was on Saturday Night Live from 80 to 84.
Oh, then he was acting too.
Yeah.
So he was doing his stand-up after this then? That was when did like Raw and Delirious and stuff come out?
I'm checking right now.
That was 87.
Yeah, it was after.
87 was Raw, and then
Yep.
Delirious was... Okay, Delirious was 83, so that was right in the middle of all this too.
Busy
Yeah.
dude.
Busy. Holy crap. At 21, 22, so busy. Crazy.
So, general impressions, before we begin, or do you want to just jump into it?
I'll get into it.
I want to talk real quick. The Elmer Bernstein, dude. I love the music in this movie. Like,
Yeah.
everything is like really, really like over the top and regal, like very like fancy.
Yeah, especially in the these opening scenes when the Dukes get ready and everything.
Oh my gosh.
God.
I think all of the shots and like all the like extra little like detail shots and B-roll and coverage they got like really made the movie awesome. Like so much extra stuff they put in there.
All
To
the
me,
Philly.
also this opening scene, I think, is the only time where we see that their colors don't match. One's got red and the other's got blue, and for the rest of the movie, they've got the exact same pattern, but one's got a bow tie and one's got a tie.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know.
So real quick about the Dukes brothers. Hey Kenneth, I was gonna ask you, did you feel like these guys are kind of like mock-ups of Statler and Waldorf from Muppets?
Muppets.
I could see that.
It just kind of reminded me of that.
That I totally see that too. Yeah.
I did chat Josh before this. I thought, Caleb, that your intro was going to be looking good, Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was curious what it'd be too. Something different.
Could have. Go ahead.
No, like he just like completely blows over Kenneth's observation.
Yeah, that's cool. It could have been the other show on the internet that don't want a jacuzzi, nobody.
What? I was not expecting that one.
So, some of Eddie Murphy's lines in here do crack me up.
Dude, I cannot wait to talk about Beaks because he had the best lines in
He
this
had the
fucking
best
movie.
lines.
He is so
Dude,
awesome in this
The
movie.
one
I
line
was
he has
mine.
at the end just blew me
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, I wrote
We
it
all
down.
know
I
what
can't
we're
wait to
talking
talk about it.
Yeah.
In the train car, right?
I want, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I want to use
You're
that
like,
in
what?
a real fight, in a real
Like, who
verbal
says
fight.
that?
I want to bust that shit out.
It's like a bunch of fucking weirdos.
So when they're in the car too, they're talking about the prices. No, sell. Don't do this. Don't do it. Oh, Winthorpe said to wait. And, oh, look, he was right. And then he pulls out a calculator and he does like a hard candy calculator. He's like, yeah, he saved us $3,000. I was like, oh god, that was awful. I don't know if you've ever seen Hard Candy, that show on Comedy Central a long time ago. It was really
old now.
like 40-something-year-old back in high school.
Oh.
Yeah, she had a teacher, and the teacher.
That was with what's her name? Ah, crap.
Yeah.
Sedaris?
I think something like that. I don't know.
Amy Sedaris?
Probably, sure. But one of her teachers would always do calculations like that, and he would just like slap the thing, and then he would just read off like, "Oh, look, that's 1,000." He does the exact same thing in this scene, and I just thought that was ridiculous.
I didn't even notice.
And then when
Does
they
it a couple times.
That's
Oh
even-
yeah. And then when we cut to them getting out, and it's fucking Eddie Murphy, and he's like,
in his roller?
yeah, in his roller, he's
Hustle.
like, Vietnam did this to me, but I am not bitter.
Everything he says is so funny. It's crazy.
He's so good.
And real quick, Rotten Tomatoes 88%, audience 85.
Jeez,
Pretty damn good.
pretty
Yeah.
universally loved, huh?
Yep.
I love this movie. It's good.
Then we see that they kind of continue. You know, I got a little confused because at the beginning they do drive home that these are evil guys. They're rich, greedy fucks. But later on, he's kind of questioning Eddie Murphy because Eddie Murphy's immediately is shitty to his fellow man as well. As soon as he gets wealth, he's like, yeah, fuck you as well. I felt like the portlier one of the old men, when he's asking him like, well, hey, he's down on his luck. He's got no food. He's got nowhere to be. Are you sure we should be hard on him? And he's like, yeah, you can't let up. They're just bad to the bone, or
Yeah.
whatever. I felt like they were trying to show us that he's almost like Jigsaw or whatever, or the guy from Saw, you know. But anyways, this is the first iteration we get of Beaks. How much Beaks gets paid, and he kind of gets paid under the table somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
No one knows.
They're terrible at hiding things.
Oh shit! I mean, like, yeah, everyone's like
I mean,
flashing around these checks. Oh, what's this guy get?
like, oh, don't worry about that one.
Yeah.
Well, even when Randolph doesn't even recognize who the person is, he's like, "Who the fuck's getting 50 grand?"
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah. Research. Something. We can make it, baby. Me and you. Bitch.
He's like grabbing on the
Dude, when he says that, it's like, "You bitch."
so terrible. Oh my god.
And then who I can't remember who said it, but they said he's a Negro.
Oh my gosh. So
Uh,
much use of the word Negro.
I know, and blackface.
Oh,
This
Yep.
movie this is a hard R movie.
Oh, yeah.
With all the nudity,
Nudity was surprising.
so
I
much
forgotten.
Jamie Lee Curtis nudity. Gosh, I've
mean-
never seen this movie. I never realized.
Yeah.
This would have been a gold mine for us in the teens. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis was a sex symbol.
That's when I saw it.
Really?
It was like I was like, yeah, this is the biz. This is it.
Well, I had no clue. But also, Dan
No.
Aykroyd has some nice legs there too.
The old rewind.
Yeah. It'll DVD pause and zoom in.
Yeah. Zoom. Oh, I forgot what the zoom.
Remember that when it first came out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that Cyber? What was it called? Cyber? The one that played everything. It was Unlocked Regions. Cyber something. It was like a silver box. It was like long rectangular silver box. It was the best DVD player ever invented. And all the regions unlocked and like everything.
Oh, yeah. I actually remember. I know what you're talking about. We all bought the same one, right?
It's because it was the only one that wasn't locked up.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you could like burn whatever you wanted or buy whatever you wanted and it would play it.
And it would play like our burnt DVDs and stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
That we got from friends to test as backups of
Yeah,
our
we
purchased
didn't-
media.
We didn't do any downloading back in the
So I like Eddie Murphy's like, I'm a Bruce Lee chain belt. He's doing all of this. What? I'm a karate man. I bruise internally. I don't let that show on the
I'm a
outside.
Karate man, he says. That was so stupid.
But yeah, so I also wrote down like as soon as he gets out, he gets someone makes bail for him. As soon as he walks out of the door, he's like, "Oh, I recommend you use the nightstick on him, officer." Like, holy shit, that fast.
Yeah.
So I get kind of weirded out. I'm like, I don't know what am I supposed to be rooting for? Like, it's just a comedy, or am I supposed to be following? So I'm kind of confused at this point. What's even happening? But
You had never seen this.
nope.
How about you, Ken?
I've seen it.
You've seen it.
God, the ending. I could not turn on the television sometimes without seeing like the end. It was always the end.
On like
I-
USA or something.
I agree with you. It's always that last like 30 minutes.
On the train, it's always the train part, and then going into the
Yeah, absolutely.
to the stock market. It's just like it was uncanny.
Yeah, why is that? I agree with you though. I remember that being always on TV. That those two like sections.
So once he's in jail, they make the bet, right? And then they are the ones that bail him out. They lure him into the car. They set up the whole deal there. and he agrees to it.
So
Go
so
ahead.
real quick. So Ackroyd just stays at this townhome, like as because the Dukes own it, and he's just being allowed to stay there. Is that the deal?
Think
Sounds like
so.
a perk of the job.
Yeah, direct
Okay.
perk.
Yeah, because I did not catch that like all the years that I've watched this film until I
Well, they
watched
didn't-
it.
Like, how were they
They
able
don't,
to shoo him out of his own house?
Yeah, they don't say that, but that's what you're assuming, I guess.
Yeah,
Well, the butler Brody
yeah,
from
he agrees to it.
Indiana
he
Jones,
works
he's
for them, yeah.
he says I work for you. I'm do whatever. So it sounds like it's like, hey, you're going to be managing our firm, and as a perk, you get to stay in this company-owned townhome.
I get that too, but now that Josh asks that, it does raise the question of, does he not have any personal assets?
He's got $150,000 in the bank.
But he can't access it because it's frozen.
The IRS froze his accounts, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right, but that's a personal asset.
But that could have been like he could have. I mean, prior to this whole situation, he still could have gotten a house for himself.
Yeah.
He got a built-in servant, dude.
I know.
Free place to stay. That's nice.
No mortgage. He get all of his income. He gets to save or spend as he wants.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Does sound pretty
Okay.
awesome.
Ken, I was going to ask you when you go to the when you attend the Heritage Club, does it look exactly the same as it does
Yeah,
in the
is
movie?
that what it looks like?
I can't can neither confirm nor deny.
I can't talk about the Heritage Club, guys. You know that.
If I've told you once, I've told you 100 times.
I'm sorry, what club are you referring to?
Yeah.
I don't want a jacuzzi, nobody. I knew you guys were F words. They dropped the F word a couple of times.
Yep.
Yeah, this is when comedies, man, you can get away with anything back then.
Yeah.
But dude, I was just trying to wrap my head around how much effort was put in place to make all of this happen. It seems absolutely insane to frame this individual, destroy his entire life just on a whim to see if nature versus nurture can be confirmed.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you have that kind of money, makes sense. Like, celebrities do all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
And if you want to hang out after, I've probably told you guys about it, but Truitt has that fun story of when Truitt was my old coworker, when he went camping with Leonardo DiCaprio when he was, and that was early on in his career. He didn't have a whole lot of money, but he just had bought all kinds of brand new shit because he just wanted to go do something. He wanted to go camping or something crazy. They're seeking something. I don't know.
Okay.
All right. So then the cop makes him strip, and then he goes into his pocket, finds his PCP, and starts taking his PCP in front of him. Yeah. Who the fuck does this?
That dude was super funny though. That police
Um,
officer.
Yeah.
I think John Landis is one of the cops. I
No,
think that's
isn't
in
that Frank Oz?
Frank, there you go.
Oz,
I was like,
yeah.
it's in my trivia section,
Yeah.
but one of them is a cameo there as the cop.
Yeah, it's that guy.
Frank Oz
Facing it, right?
with the glasses.
Is
Yeah, the guy
that's Frank Oz?
facing
Okay.
PCP.
Yeah, he's a puppeteer. He did Yoda. He did Miss Piggy.
Yeah. Well,
Ralph,
he's
I
co-creator of Dark Crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy.
Dude, but cops tasting drugs to confirm its authenticity was a big thing back in the 80s and 90s.
Every
I know.
movie.
It's just so crazy how different. How different. The N word a couple of times, the F word a couple of times.
Yeah.
Fucking Dan Ackroyd in blackface. Jesus Christ. Oh man.
I had forgotten about that.
Why did they
Jesus.
do that? It's so silly.
Wasn't offensive back then.
It was
So,
it was okay.
society.
Yeah.
It's so funny that he was doing that.
It's just, and that's why it's the argument today that oh man, it's hard to judge people for some of these old pieces of media you're drudging up, because that was the culture at the time, that
Oh yeah.
people would encourage that and laugh at it and say, yeah, we like that.
Eddie Murphy's right there with him, in the scene.
Yeah, and he's like just as offensive with his fucking African.
Oh my
I got him.
No,
Oh god.
Dude, it is so crazy to hear Caleb's perspective about this movie when he's never seen it before. It's just so weird.
To look at it with new eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never seen this. Yes.
It's so interesting.
So Billy throws a party. He gets those dudes. Everyone's like, "Hey, come back in my limo. Let's party." This is my Persian rug. Get the fuck out.
Dude, those girls just dancing, taking everything
Oh
off.
my gosh, yeah.
The other girl-
This is the booby
other girl-
scene. Yeah.
Other girl waiting in bed for him, naked.
Right. It's crazy.
Well, that's when he's totally changed though. He doesn't care about those people anymore.
I see a bunch of freeloaders messing with my stuff. Who? What's the quote? What's the quote? Who been putting out their cools?
On the floor.
Yeah. that was a good one that made me chuckle a little bit. But yeah, kicks everyone out, and then putting out their cools on my floor. Yeah, you're right. Good job. I finally found it.
Pullman seemed to enjoy that party.
Who? The women?
Pullman, the butler.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, you already know that he hates him because he dumped out the dessert. He's like, fine, thanks, great. Oh, you put all this work. And he's like, yeah, I'll do whatever you want, you weirdo. Fucking jackass.
He's making the crepes for him.
Yeah.
Like, you have it.
But like also when he answers the phone and they're like, yeah, do this weird thing for us. And he's like, okay, fucking weirdo, jackass. So we already know that he's like dreading his job. Like he doesn't really like working for those evil dudes, but yeah, totally. It's fun to see him kind of, and then at the end we see that they all kind of hang out together, and bond a little bit.
Team up.
Winthorpe gets out of jail. Beeks is there to pay JLC. I wrote JLC for Jamie Lee Curtis.
I like that.
So Beeks is there to pay her to get her to ruin his life. So they're not done with their crusade and driving Winthorpe down, but that's okay because we could tell immediately. This is so foreshadowed immediately that that chick that he's with is
Penelope.
Yeah, she's total bitch. We're like, oh, okay, we're definitely gonna fall. Especially, well, we know now in retrospect. I guess this is one of her first big pictures. No, I mean first, like, I guess in the
mainstream.
Yeah, because in the IMDb
okay.
thing, she was Jamie Lee Curtis was actually a hard sell because she had done Halloween, she had done a bunch of these Scream Queen flicks, but they didn't consider those like mainstream real movies. So she had to pull her boobies out.
We're good, man.
Yeah.
We're good.
But also, it's a little intense. She goes and she's like, "Hey, honey," and she interrupts the kiss, and she's touching him, and then she like goes below screen, and you hear a zip, and I'm like, is she blowing him right there on the steps of the courthouse?
Going to.
Is no one?
She's pretending to be an addict, and she's just willing to do anything for a hit.
On the steps of the courthouse.
Yeah, dude, she's fiending. With that piece of angel dust.
All right.
Angel dust. I did like
how
everyone
women
called it
be.
heroin,
Oh,
and
yeah.
and Dan Ackroyd had to correct them.
Yeah.
The hierarchy of hard drugs. He's like, it's not heroin, goddammit.
Yeah.
It's not
It's
that
PCP. Come on. And anyway, I didn't deal it. That's not helping you, Louis.
So that happens. Great. And then we cut to. I don't know if they finish out the scene I think she just leaves.
Caleb's AC sounds like like sci-fi movie, like spaceship, just like ambience.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
twiddling knobs and
dials.
pulling levers and stuff.
Levers.
I don't know if they finish out that scene because my notes are always sporadic.
They do.
But okay.
So that's when Penelope goes into her car and then
leaves.
Leaves. And then what's her name?
They get in a cab.
JLC.
Yeah.
He's on his knees, and she's like, "Get out of the cab, let's go."
Yeah. Because he promises her, "I'll give you $50 or whatever if you loan me the dollar or whatever." But then we cut to William's first day, so it's he's on the job now. We're gonna bring him in to see if he can do better than Winthorpe, and they present him like this is what we deal in. We deal in fucking wheat and barley or whatever the fuck.
Commodities.
But then when they show him bacon or whatever, they're like, bacon, and he looks directly at the camera and breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah.
Like this weird.
I liked it.
The BLT.
Yeah.
He says like you find in the bacon lettuce sandwich.
Yeah.
Camera.
Yeah, that's a very risky move.
And I actually like.
Isn't that a Landis thing?
Is it? I don't know.
Well, I liked.
I've never
the
seen
fact
Coming
that,
to America or any of those things either, dude.
Wow.
Beverly Hills Cop, I've probably seen once in my life.
What, dude? Okay.
Go ahead, Josh.
Well,
Sorry.
I actually like that scene because by educating Eddie Murphy's character, like he's educating the audience too about how the whole process works. Because that's a tough sell to try to like figure out stocks and anticipate futures and things like that. So I actually like that scene.
I will say that they give us enough to work with because in reading some of the breakdown behind it, it's way more complicated than I care to dive into. But the movie gives it to me in a digestible way. Like I get what they're doing.
Yeah.
Even though I don't.
Simplified.
Yeah. Definitely, because when I was reading some of the IMDb trivia corners, there's one entry that breaks down and explains exactly what they're doing and why those reports mean what they do, and they're trying to do this and they fooled them to do that. And I was like, okay, I really prefer the way the movie did it because this is beyond me. But then we get to see Jamie Lee Curtis's boobs, because then they cut back when she's taking him into the apartment, or I mean, like they go to the thing and he's like, Coleman, you know me, Coleman. There's no Coleman here, and they shun him from the house, that's kind of tough, man. I mean, I guess if you're getting paid what a rich butler might get paid, or a butler for a rich person might get paid, then you could do that, but that's tough to.
I don't think Coleman really liked him at all.
Oh, that's true. He was kind of a jackass anyway, so.
Easier, yeah.
Yeah.
Then they go to the bank.
Oh yeah.
Frozen all his cards, and then they confiscated them. And that's where I'm like, dang, he doesn't even have his own card, like his own debit account with a couple $100 or something in it.
No.
But guess not.
Then
or
see
even
Todd,
if he did,
Todd
they
again.
seized it. Let me see what.
Todd. And they're doing that stupid song, right?
Wait,
yes.
Hold up. Before that scene, I want to talk about two things real quick. So when Mortimer tries to set up William by leaving the money clip, with the money.
Oh yeah.
To set him up, dude. Like the money clip is like a lost art. Like nobody, I don't know anybody that really uses money clips anymore.
The
was
pocket
like a
watch,
generational thing.
the monocle.
I think we should at least consider bringing that back. And secondly,
I
I
have one, but it has a slot for my card too.
Okay.
So
Get-
it's
get
not strictly a money clip. It's got a clip,
Yeah.
and it's got a little sleeve for my card and my license.
And that brings us to today's
Close.
sponsors, Ridge Wallet. All right. You guys ever been like your wallet's just getting stolen by RFID thieves? Get a Ridge Wallet. This is an old wallet. Soon Ridge is gonna send me a new wallet.
What's a Ridge wallet?
That's thank you for asking, Todd. If you go to ridgewallet.com, you will see a variety of styles and colors.
Shouldn't it be ridgewallet.com/the Quaranstream or?
Oh, look at this thing.
Yeah, that's like the modern money clip because it's like RFID protected.
What
Yeah,
did
it's
you get? What did you
or
get? Caleb?
it's when you put in the order, use bonus code Quaranstream.
Wait, which one did you order, Caleb?
I did not order any. I mean,
you
I ordered the
didn't actually
carbon
order
fiber, the carbon fiber one
Wait, which
in
one?
matte black.
Is it the forged carbon or the 3K weave carbon?
The Forge 8K,
Forged one. Pretty sweet.
and I also like the titanium burnt.
The titanium burnt's nice.
You know,
These are cool, man.
so I just gotta like
So you
flex a
didn't-
little bit
you
when I
didn't
pull
actually
out to
order
pay.
one?
No,
Where have you heard about these then?
they're like $90, dude.
They're
It's $100.
$125 for the forged carbon.
I mean, they're really cool looking. I would want one, but
Oh, they have a cash strap option or a money clip option. Oh,
mm-hmm.
you can alternate.
But one of the big things is RFID blocking. I like forged carbon actually, but yeah, it's $120.
The
They're a
forged
little
carbon looks
intense.
really cool. Oh, but that Damascus.
Yeah,
So Josh,
strap.
you
I
said
would-
there was two things you wanted to talk
Yeah,
about.
Josh, sorry.
No, it's all right. I can't wait to see Todd's Ridge wallet next time.
Next time.
The second thing is, did you notice when the Duke brothers get off the fucking elevator? There's a couch.
Yeah,
They're
there's
sitting
Yes!
on it. Dude, that's so fucking classic.
The height of luxury. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Then when they're singing that dumb fuck song, and then Todd's already hooked up with Penelope, like moved on from
With his
Ackroyd already. Let me handle this.
They're so over the top acting. It's very like campy. It's not.
Dude, what was that song?
serious.
That was who wants to sit there and listen to those guys sing that to them?
The
And
barbershop
the one that has like
quartet shit.
the insane collar that's like pressed up,
Yeah,
like way over the top.
it's great.
Rich people have a higher class of taste, Todd. Okay?
Seems so
We
lame.
can't comprehend.
It's not enough to just go hunt a deer. I need to hunt a man.
The
So
most dangerous game.
one thing that bothered me is like right away Valentine is like, yeah, people are holding out. I know it. I can feel it. Look. The price going down. I was selling at 1.42.
64.
Whatever. And they're like, oh, look, Brian, it's going down. Ah.
This is Brian.
Whatever.
Brian.
Oh, what's
Mortimer?
Brian?
Brian, the least rich name you can think of.
It was Randall and Mortimer, right?
It's the third Duke
Yeah.
brothers, Brian Duke.
The disowned brother.
He was
Brian.
off screen.
He was a previous Duke. He was on the at the exchange before these two Dukes.
And it's like, is it truly any schmuck off the street can just go say, yeah, I bet monkeys are throwing their poop. Look, they're throwing their poop. He's right, Mortimer. Look, the price is going down. Like, it just felt like, I don't understand. Like, does he truly grasp all of
Yeah.
this? Because
Yes.
He's a,
That's the debate.
just off of their little conversation of we deal in this and that little explanation.
Well, he puts some semblance together with it, trying to explain the holidays and
Yeah,
how
he
that
knew
could
that.
possibly impact it. So he does. I mean, it's all chance a lot of times with predicting that type of stuff.
All right.
Because remember, when Mortimer and Randall explained everything to him, he's like, "Oh, you guys are bookies."
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
So-
he gets it.
He's able to understand the concept behind it.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And that analogy was pretty funny. He's like, "Oh, you a couple of bookies."
Yeah.
I
They
told
did
you
not,
he'd get it.
like that.
I did like that when they were jumping back a little bit when they were showing him his house, and they're like, "No, this is yours," and he's stealing everything.
Stealing shit.
And he's like, "So this is my vase, right?" And he drops it and breaks it, and it's like, "Oh, well, that vase was 35. Thank you. That vase was $35,000." And he's like, "Oh, but we valued it at 50,000. So look, he's already made us 15,000."
Do you want me to break anything else? No.
Yeah, no. I did enjoy that, and then we cut over to Dan Ackroyd, who's selling his watch.
So that was a jazz guitarist, right?
Yeah, it's like an
Yeah,
R&B star.
It's
Blues.
Bo Diddley.
Bo Diddley.
Oh, blues. Sorry. What was that?
What's that? Damn.
Hold on.
What's happening in there? Josh, what the heck, man? Zoom just works. Zoom servers are better.
I guess so, man.
Discord. It's so crazy. It's like
Yeah, because I haven't had any issues. And Caleb just doesn't want me on the show. So fucking-
When Caleb has control in the Discord, he just goes like to the make terrible slider and
terrible
just
slider.
Well, anybody, you got anything else to talk about since our host is out?
No. You can eat your
Those
food,
are
dude.
jalapeno
Well, I guess
poppers.
we talked briefly about all the scenes before
Oh.
the train scene though with Beaks, like him just pushing everybody out of the way constantly,
Yeah.
and then that lady wanting to like that lady wanting to use the phone. He's like, "Fuck off."
Fuck off.
Like, fuck
even
it.
before that, it's like hold on, fuck off, and then he goes back.
What was she doing standing there so close to him? Yeah, he's hilarious the whole time, everything he says. What was the crazy crap he said in the train? We'll get to it, I'm sure.
Yeah, I wrote it down. It's fucking
Okay,
hilarious.
I'm glad one of you did.
Previous to that, though, one of the stupidest scenes that I didn't like is when he's standing outside watching, Dan Aykroyd is standing outside watching them have dinner, and he's like, "I want an S painted on this car, on the front and the side." What the hell?
Oh, it was a joke.
I'm here.
Okay.
It was a joke that that guy was staying at dinner.
Yeah, because I want to see that S car go.
It was a snail at the dealership, and he said, "I'll buy the car as long as you paint an S on the side."
I really
That's
like
on
that shot from behind Eddie Murphy showing
Dan
Dan Aykroyd in the rain.
Dude, that's awesome. I like it as well.
He looked so gross.
Dude, you got it. It's got to hit rock bottom, man.
He was so disgusting looking. Everything about him. Oh, so nasty.
These were here when I moved in. Wear them if you want.
So then we get the Christmas party and another reference to Beats' chick,
Yep.
where now Eddie Murphy's wondering who this dude is. And once again they hide him. And oh yeah,
That's
okay,
when Aykroyd tries to plant all the drugs.
Yeah.
On Murphy.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, so many. And
Dude,
he's
yeah, he like just rattles off like 6 different drugs, Quaaludes.
The yellow ones.
Marijuana joint.
I'm gonna demask the heat.
Well, if you're taking your mask off, I'm taking mine off.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, it feels so good. What'd you get to eat, Caleb?
Sonic.
Sonic?
Sonic?
Oh, what do you get from Sonic? I haven't had that in like 10 years, I feel like.
2 leftover
Son-
jalapeno poppers and then some double bit cheeseburgers big as fuck.
Some what?
Can't even understand.
I didn't understand what you said. Oh, with double
2 leftover jalapeno poppers
I
and
got
then a
that.
big double cheeseburger.
Oh, a big double cheeseburger. It's big as fuck.
I'm gonna say 5 bites, that thing's gone.
Hum.
Alright, 2.
What are you eating, Ken?
Cookies.
Oh, nice.
But this is the part where I felt like the Duke guy was more interested in, like, does he have a good side to him? You know, because he was like, does you really think we should just send him away?
Oh yeah.
And Eddie Murphy's like, yeah, fuck him.
Then he takes the marijuana.
Yeah, that's right. Here's the plan, and then back.
I did like.
Yeah,
Eat
yes.
it.
Okay, yeah.
Ken did like what?
I did like when Dan Ackroyd is running away, and then everyone freaks out because they see the gun, and then he jumps up on the
Oh.
table and he waves the gun, and everyone dives down. It's like, this is kind of nice, and then he just kind of struts his way out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was out of his mind.
My favorite part from him, from Winthorpe,
Stuffing the ham in his shirt.
It was salmon, wasn't it?
so that's one of
Whatever
them.
it was.
It was a
When he's
big
riding
salmon.
home and he pulls it out and he
Oh,
starts eating it through
yeah.
his beard.
So gross.
And then second part is at the end when Eddie Murphy is like, "Hey, Winthorpe!" and he goes, "Ah!"
He's just like runs at him.
Yeah.
And then he gets home to Jamie Lee Curtis. He's like, "Hey, how's it going?" He's like, "Ah!"
So bad.
It's good
He
stuff.
was so gross looking the
Mhm.
whole time. Did you notice how crazy it was? Like his hair, like when that like cut in so far in his head.
Yeah.
He had that cool haircut, but then like this part was just like so like halfway up the head. It looked crazy.
Who?
Backward.
Ackroyd.
Like you don't notice really unless you look, and you're like, oh my gosh, it goes like way in there. Huge triangle.
So when but that's pretty much the thing. He chases him, gets there, and then when they all get together, that's when they come up with the plan for Beaks, right?
Yeah.
Because Jamie Lee Curtis sees him on the TV,
Right.
and they're like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
They all realize what's going on, and they decide to do this fucking foolish thing on the whatever this shit is on the on the train. Yeah, ultimately doesn't even work, and they just have to like knock him out.
She was in there.
Dude,
Right?
so what? So is it just some like people randomly having a New Year's Eve
okay.
party? Like I didn't understand
I
like
was
what
gonna
the
ask you
fuck is
that
going
too,
on.
'cause, like, why would they dress up? Was that a thing? Dressing up?
Probably going to a party, like maybe they're going to the city or they're going from New York to Philadelphia or DC
Right,
to
but
wherever.
they were. What are the costumes for?
They're going to
Yeah.
they're dressing up for a New Year's party.
Have you ever heard of a New Year's costume party like that though?
Like,
There's a lot of people do costume
Todd,
parties
you're
in
asking
general.
me about parties?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
People do
I
costume parties in general. I don't know about the fucking 80s, early 80s when this was, but
I think that's the best explanation. Just say it's the 80s,
Yeah, okay.
and then everything makes sense.
All right.
Hey man, it's the 80s.
But dude, I wrote that down in my notes. I was like, what the fuck is this party on the train? It's so weird.
same.
It was weird.
And this is where you got your quick cameo from Belushi
Yeah,
and Al Franken also.
that's right. He was hilarious. He was so weird.
And this is where you get your best
Yeah.
quote. "I'll rip out your eyes and piss on your brain."
Yeah.
No, dude, that's not even the best one. When he sees them switching the suitcase, and he grabs Jamie Lee Curtis, and he goes, "Don't try anything funny, or the whore loses a kidney."
What
He
a
pulls the
maniac.
gun out. I was like
Oh, best
dying when
lines.
that line.
Best lines.
But then right before that, he's like, "A bunch of fucking weirdos."
Yeah.
Like, cause like the whole thing just does not add up, and
Right.
he like
So
totally
weird.
realizes it.
Now I got ranch.
Is that burger? Is that burger gone?
Is this
Yeah.
spilled all over? Is it all over your shirt?
and all over the desk.
I can't tell what's Hot Pocket sauce from yesterday and what's the burger from today. So don't tell me what. Don't ask me what.
Here, just tilt the camera down a little bit. Let's take
The hand cam.
All kinds of junk.
Wait, on your shirt?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you
What
go.
the? What is all that?
That too, yeah.
Gosh, Caleb. There's so much stuff on your
It's
shirt.
fucking marinara from Hot Pockets.
Oh. Hot Pockets.
Will this burn my mouth? It'll destroy your mouth.
Why is it
Okay.
so hot?
And Jamie Lee Curtis is as a Swedish chick, huh? And this
But
is
she's
also
wearing Lederhosen.
Yeah.
Oh well, it's in the trivia that she was supposed to be something else, Austrian. Yeah. And she couldn't do the accent, so they changed it to that. And then Dan Ackroyd in blackface. Moving on.
As a Rasta.
Yeah.
Blackface Rasta smoking a joint. Blunt.
So they do the whole exchange. I mean, I don't think there's much interesting once they knock him out and get he's in with the gorilla or whatever. They're like, what is it, the cigarette smoking man type of thing, where he's in the car park and he's like, give me the money.
Oh,
Get
yeah.
the money, and they trade him for the plans or whatever. He's made sure to wear gloves because it's Eddie Murphy that's playing the part.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's also shining the light in their face.
Yeah. So that happens, and then we cut to the final thing, essentially the finale, where they're getting ready to go in. And there's another thing in the IMDb section about them cutting when they say it's kill or be killed in there during the time that it aired on TV around 9/11.
Mm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I thought it was funny though when they go in there and it's the two guys that are like popping pills and the guy's like drinking. It's like, how's the liver, Harry? Oh, it's
How's
doing
your
great.
ulcer?
How's the hypertension?
Oh,
Yeah.
man. What a crazy job.
Yeah.
And
like,
then
oh, it's fine.
when the bell rings, none of them wash their hands.
Yeah. Yeah, they all just run straight out.
That big COVID room.
Yeah.
Super spreader event.
And then we can just talk about the rest of the movie. They do the switcheroo. This looks like it does look like to me that they've cut in some of their, either it's taken stock footage or their own B-roll or whatever of real stock market action. Like I saw a couple scenes in there that look like, oh, that there's no actors or they're in there or whatever. It looks like it's just the real floor. And then the Muppet guys get swindled.
The Muppet guy.
They get swindled. They got to come down. I do like Eddie Murphy hamming it up at the end when they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll buy," and everyone's like, "Ah!" And they go to them, and Eddie Murphy's like,
Yeah.
"Buy, buy."
He does have funny scenes in that whole exchange.
Yeah.
I like when was it Randall fell over and he's like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, what did he say?
Yes, dude, it's the best.
He said something about.
Yeah, he's like, Mortimer, you what? Yeah.
When the dude
What
was,
about your brother? Fuck him.
yeah.
Yeah, he starts having the heart attack. He's like,
"Oh my god."
Mortimer, I think something's seriously wrong with your brother. Fuck him. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, this shit. Like, get
Now-
him back. Call him back right now.
Turn on those machines. one thing that I found weird was his statement there was like, there's always been a Duke on this chair for 83,500 years, and there
Keep it
should
open.
whatever. And I'm like, shit, dude, like, you guys are pretty damn old. Like, don't you think you should really have an heir ready to kind of start taking over? You don't have anybody that's a Duke.
It was Winthorpe.
That's a good point.
No, but like they should have kids, right? I mean,
Yeah.
they don't
Well, Winthorpe
adopt
was
a
gonna-
kid.
Winthorpe was gonna marry their grandniece.
Oh, really?
Penelope was related to
know.
the Dukes.
Just didn't. Well, okay, Penelope.
But not like a true heir. That's what he's
Yeah,
talking about.
like
Right,
that's,
they don't have a son,
like
but
they
if he
need
married,
someone to sit on there. Yeah, but
Yeah.
but then why would
would've
they
been
go?
Winthorpe.
Then why would they? And they're like, well, I don't even like Winthorpe. I don't even want him to come back after what he did. It's like, shit, dude. Like, you guys don't really have the luxury of time
other-
on your side.
The other brother was still talking about bringing him back even after he said, "I don't want him to come back."
But then they both kind of agreed that,
Yeah.
well,
They're gonna
okay,
move on.
fine, yeah. Not him or Eddie Murphy, because I don't want
Caleb,
an
you haven't-
N-word running the company.
Caleb, you haven't seen Coming to America?
No.
Okay.
Ever.
Because the Duke brothers are, it's an Easter egg in the movie. They show up.
It's
Yeah.
I have it in the trivia thing too. Yeah, they
Yeah,
play the same
okay.
role or whatever.
Yeah.
But that was my last. That was my last kind of note. Is that it didn't seem like they were very smart in planning for their successors if that's their shtick.
Makes
If that's important to them, like it sounds like it is. Then that's the end.
That's it.
They're on the island.
Yeah, and we do get to see the butler finally gets to just be his own rich dude, and he gets to order someone around. And he has his own like little Mexican butler or whatever in Hawaii, which is nice. And Jamie Lee Curtis, how old is she?
In
Because
this movie?
she looks amazing, especially on the
Dude.
boat. She's like in
Yeah.
like
Does, man.
top like 10 out of 10, 100% condition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Halloween was only a few years before this. So
She was still very young.
20s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to go with scores?
What did they say? This movie came out in what, 83?
Yeah.
83.
So she was 25 when this came out.
Really?
Wow. Yeah. Well, she looks amazing in everything,
Yeah.
from the purple
She-
dress to nude scenes, of course. But
Yeah.
she's in amazing shape in this movie.
Alright, what's the trivia?
We do trivia after we give scores. Trivia
okay.
and game
Sorry.
comes after scores.
I can't wait for this game.
Once you realize the format,
Oh. Yours like, you have an amazing answer, Josh.
I really tried to rack my brain to think of something that
Okay.
that was like respectable. So I have one idea in mind, but I have like a follow up question to the game before I answer. So like, when you switch, do you switch with that person based on like how old they are now?
no, you yourself now, Josh, in your body, trade places like they did. Because Eddie Murphy was still Eddie Murphy when he went into Winthorpe's position. They didn't trade spiritual bodies or anything like that. It's that person comes home and is like, for example, David Boreanaz comes to my house and raises my son and fucks my wife, while I go and live David Boreanaz's life. I have to show up on set of SEAL Team 6.
But he is.
But
he
I
is
still
the-
look like me, and I talk like
Oh.
me, and I am me.
Okay.
But I just got to do my best to do what David Boreanaz does. So it's the same gimmick as the movie.
Got it. Okay.
It's you are trading places with that person.
Okay.
So, you know, that, who was that lady? Jamie something? Jamie Boreanaz, I guess. I'll do my best to please her. I don't know what her wants and needs are, but I will do my best to find out.
I don't know if my answer makes sense anymore. Now that you say that.
Well, whoever your answer is, we'll look up to see who their wife and kids are, to see what your life is like.
All right.
That's the game. So let's go with scores. I think I know you guys are already gonna throw this up high.
So let's see. What's your score, because this is your first time seeing it. It's already gonna be bad. Todd, get ready to kick him off.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew
Oh my
it.
god.
Yeah. It just
Wow.
You
everything
laughed too
was
much
so.
about some of the scenes, and you give it a 4.
I muted him. There, add mute. Here. I don't want to hear this, Brad.
I think I should give it a 6 to excuse it for the time, because I'm rating it. It doesn't feel like a movie from 1983. It feels like a movie from like early to mid 90s, not early to mid 80s.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. It just the jokes work. It's just like, I don't know, like I guess it's the quality of film that doesn't feel like it's like super low budget, old school.
Oh, it's not. I think it definitely feels more polished than it should.
Yeah, and I think that's why I want to rate it as if it's a movie from mid 90s and not early 80s.
I wonder if it was just a higher budget movie for this genre.
One thing that I did notice
Am I
as
right?
well that it kind of bothered me a little bit is so much of the shots are tight. There's a lot of tight shots, and there's a few wider shots, like when they're in the banquet and they're in the party a few times. But a lot of it is like just these guys that are talking, and they're like in this little room.
A lot of that could definitely be budget constraints. Like, you can't show too much, or you gotta fucking decorate too much,
Maybe.
and then fill it with
So
people, too.
I might be being too harsh on it. That's just what it felt like to me.
I don't know. I
So-
thought it felt nice and polished for what it is. Like, it's a pretty raunchy comedy at certain points, but other points it feels like a higher end movie. I don't know. It's weird.
Which means your score is what?
Oh, I would give it a solid 8.
Ken?
8.
Josh?
Oh god, I wish I would have gone first. I give it an 8 too, but now it just sounds like I'm fucking.
now you're
Dude.
on the bandwagon. Maybe we
the
should do
original.
let's do a system where we all write it down and we all show it up at the camera at the
Yes,
same time.
I like that. That's better.
You just type it in chat.
That'll be great for the video, Todd. Thank you.
No, I can record the chat too.
All right. So now it's time to take it on down to Caleb's IMDb
Hey,
trivia
well,
corner.
Do you guys remember the names of what's his name? Oh,
Don
crap. Go
Amici's
ahead.
strong religious convictions made him uncomfortable with swearing. This proved to be a problem for a scene at the end of the movie where he had to shout out, "Fuck him!" So he was the older Duke guy,
Yeah.
or the skinnier Duke guy, to a group of Wall Street executives. When he did act out the scene, it had to be done in one take because Amici refused to do a second one.
Dude, and his scene is
crazy.
perfect.
He
The way
does it great,
says
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Ralph Bellamy and Don Amici make cameo appearances in Coming to America, 1988. The two are homeless, and Prince Akeem, Eddie Murphy, gives them a large amount of money to get them back off the streets. So
Funny.
that was in reference to your thing.
Oh, I was gonna ask. Do you guys remember any of the businesses that Justin Timberlake worked for when he was pulling signs and crap in his costumes?
I don't
On
Wait,
remember.
Saturday Night Live?
What?
Soon.
I remember the skit, the
Like,
sketches, or
like
the
bringing
skit,
on down to
but
something town.
Kenneth doesn't know what that is, dude.
Alright.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember the businesses.
Was it Taco Town one of them? Am I crazy?
It could have been.
He's
Why?
like a big taco. No, it just reminded me because Caleb's like, okay, we're gonna bring it on down, and whenever I hear that,
Oh,
he's
okay.
been singing
I
the
got you.
song.
I got you.
Great.
Bring it on down to Taco Town.
In 2010, as part of the Wall Street Transparency and Accountability Act, which was to regulate financial markets, a rule was included which barred anyone from using secret inside information to corner markets, similar to what the Duke brothers tried to do in the movie. Since the movie inspired this rule, it has since become known as the Eddie Murphy Rule.
Are you serious?
So I read this today as well. This one thing that Caleb just said, dude, it is insane to me that it's only since 2010 that like insider
You can't
trading
do
type
that.
shit is like not allowed.
Yeah, because I thought, I was like, isn't that what they're doing? Essentially just insider trading? That
Yeah.
they know what's going to happen to the market and they're making
Yeah.
moves before it's public.
Yeah.
that was
That's
great to get on camera.
hilarious.
Which do? Hiccup?
Dude, I'll tell you what. Keep talking. I've been thinking all night like who Kenneth reminds me of as from an appearance standpoint.
I'll tell you
talking,
what he says.
I'll tell you what.
You know what? I'll tell you what.
I'll
That'll
tell you
what he
what.
looks like. That there.
I'll tell you what. I'll
Is it John
tell
Lennon?
you what.
No.
The film was conceived as a vehicle for Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor.
Oh my, seriously.
When Pryor dropped out and Eddie Murphy came on board, Murphy tried to get Wilder replaced because he didn't want people to think he was just trying to be another Pryor. So he wanted a complete flip of the
That's
cast.
smart. No, Kenneth is slowly turning into Jim Henson.
He is
And that
turning
makes
into
sense.
Jim
That makes a lot of sense.
That's crazy.
Don't
I'm
laugh,
for
dude.
this.
It's true. It's true.
One day he'll get lonely enough to start creating puppets.
Dude, I'll wait. Like next time we do Quaranstream, there's gonna be like a fucking Kermit behind Kenneth, and it's just like not gonna say anything about it.
Kenneth the puppet here. Ooh.
Puppet.
Eddie Murphy later admitted that on the floor of the commodities exchange in the final scene, he only followed the script. He had no idea what was going on, as he found commodities trading incredibly confusing.
He didn't try to ad-lib anything. That's funny.
Several funny moments in the film came about by accident. The scene where Mortimer Duke, Don Amici, is trying to catch the money clip and having trouble wasn't supposed to happen that way, but both kept going with it, not breaking character, so it was kept in the movie. Ophelia's Swedish disguise came about because Jamie Lee Curtis couldn't do the correct Austrian accent. The Westin Hotel in Philadelphia has a restaurant named Winthrop and Valentine after two of the main characters in the movie. Every year since 1997, Italian channel Italia 1 broadcasts the movie in Christmas Eve nightfall. It regularly gets more than 10% of share. I always thought this was like, damn,
Dude.
I've never seen this movie, and it's such a huge Christmas like staple in some places.
That's funny. It's like in Italy. You said
Yeah.
That's what they.
Yeah,
So it's like they're a Christmas story that the 24-hour thing.
yeah.
Funny.
Well, in England, the Christmas movie is The Great Escape.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh, really? I mean, that's an awesome
Yeah.
movie. I never really associated with that, but
I wouldn't either, yeah.
I don't know why, but that's in. It's the same thing that we do with the Christmas story. They'll do with The Great Escape.
That's funny.
In releasing his financial records for 2012, Al Franken revealed he still gets royalties for his appearance as the baggage
oh my
handler.
god,
What?
Wow.
he's in it for like a minute.
I know, it's just the last like train scene stuff, isn't it? He's
Yeah,
one of those baggage
yeah.
dudes. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
transporting the
royalties.
grill.
The story about the Duke's cornering of the orange juice market was probably inspired by the Silver Thursday market crash of March 27, 1980, when the Hunt brothers of Texas tried to corner the silver market and subsequently failed to meet a $100 million margin call.
Oh my god.
Is Is Al Franken the one driving or the one not driving?
Wanted to
Not-
drive.
The one
Not
slapping his
One to
shoulder.
drive? Okay.
Yeah. Hey, hey, hey.
He got to back it up like 5 feet.
Yeah.
That was his turn.
Dan Ackroyd's prison number is 747455058, which is the same prison number as Jake Blues, John Belushi in The Blues Brothers, also
Oh.
starring Ackroyd.
Wow. That's pretty deep track.
In the scene with Valentine in the restaurant and Winthorpe standing outside in the rain, Valentine is asked for his opinion about wheat. At that moment, the entire room stops speaking and leans in to hear his advice. This confused me because I was like, okay, it's just like a weird joke that landed oddly, but apparently this is reference to a series of 1980s commercials for the brokerage firm E.F. Hutton. When E.F. Hutton talks, people listen. So I guess there's like commercials where that's what happened, and they're referencing that.
I just thought it was because he was so accurate with his previous predictions. Everyone.
That's why referencing things like that never like lasts. It doesn't like there's a reference in one of the Scary movies where they're like playing basketball in these weird ways and like breathing and stuff, and it's in reference to like these Nike commercials that were coming out during the 90s.
I remember
And
those. Yeah.
it's like only some people will remember that, so eventually no one's gonna get this joke. Randolph Duke, Mortimer Duke always wear matching suits and patterns. Only Randolph wears a bow tie, Mortimer wears a necktie. But as I pointed out in the beginning, red and blue, which was just kind of throwing me off. The World Trade Center's commodity exchange, COMEX, was used for the trading scenes. The real traders performed alongside professional extras. As reported in studio production notes, the shoot at COMEX was initially planned for a weekday, but the appearance of Dan Ackroyd and Eddie Murphy on the set disrupted business activities, and $6 billion of trading was halted. The shoot was rescheduled for a weekend.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
The electronic status board at Duke and Duke's, seen prominently in the Christmas scene, is the Big Money board from Family Feud, 1976.
Oh.
Let me see. Mudslides.
Frank Oz has a cameo as the police officer who is checking the Winthrop's property when he gets in the Blues Brothers. He played an officer who was giving Jake Blues his property back to him. Oz later reprised the role in Blues Brothers 2000.
Hey, can I address something real quick because I forgot to bring it up?
Yeah.
So
No.
you remember when the guy who seems to be like, I don't know, like the head zookeeper who is talking to
Oh,
the
yeah.
two baggage handlers? Did you recognize him? He's
No.
the guy from Airplane. Do you remember Airplane?
Oh yeah.
He's the crazy guy up in the tower who like is constantly causing problems.
Yes.
He like just shows up periodically. And they're like when he goes like Mayday, Mayday, what the hell is that? And he's like, oh, the Russian holiday? Like that guy is just like so spontaneous.
Yeah.
Like that's the same guy.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I didn't catch it.
Sorry, I've seen Airplane a lot,
worries.
so I recognize him.
When Winthorpe and Valentine arrive at the World Trade Center, Winthorpe tells Valentine, in this building it's either kill or be killed. This line was removed from some television broadcasts after 2001 out of respect for the victims of the September 11th attacks.
Here we go, tower.
Here we go!
Yes.
Warp speed.
Light speed.
Yeah.
Engines online.
Dude,
Oh,
I
here's
really like get Logan to like have a fire extinguisher and just like briefly spray it like up into like into the camera.
We should make a movie where we all just like decorate our webcam things as like
Make it look like some
cockpits or
scene.
something. Yeah.
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 The punchline of Bunny's story, and this was something that confused me. I thought it was weird. The punchline of Bunny's story, and she stepped on the ball, is a reference.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Oh, yeah. What was that?
It's a reference to Auntie Mame, Auntie Mommy, I don't know, 1958, in which Gloria Upson tells a joke with the same punchline. So it is a reference to something else. Because I was like, that's a weird, and like she says it weird too.
Yeah.
She stepped on the ball.
I thought she was just telling a dumb joke that no one got.
Yeah, but I was like, that's a really like,
Yeah, I never got it.
yeah, just really weird. Like, kind of pulls you out of the movie if you don't know that it's connected to something or it's hits a little softer. But the idea for the film was inspired by a tennis game. There were these two brothers who were both doctors who I would play tennis with on a fairly regular basis. And they were incredibly irritating to play with because they had a major sibling rivalry going on. All the time, all about everything. Screenwriter Tony Timothy Harris explained. He presented the idea of brothers arguing the nature versus nurture debate to his writing partner, Herschel Weingrod, and the two went to work.
Wow, what a crazy story to come up with.
A scene in the movie not included in the theatrical cut but seen frequently when the movie is shown on television, presumably to fill a longer time slot with commercials, occurs after Clarence Beeks talks to the Dukes via telephone and Billy Ray eavesdrops on their scheme. In the original cut, Beeks goes from the phone booth to the Amtrak train platform holding the briefcase with the crop report. In the added scene, we see Beeks procure the reports from a secured vault where he drugs a security guard and opens a safe deposit box.
I do not remember that.
That's interesting because I just assumed that Beeks was a part of that whole.
Yeah,
like
he was high enough
Yeah,
and had the
I didn't-
connections
yeah.
that he could just get it easily.
Yeah,
He doesn't have to
Well,
do
it
any sort
sounded
of
like-
espionage to get it.
I thought that he was kind of hired to transport it as the official courier because he's part of
Yeah,
that security
Yeah.
It
group.
was on
Yeah,
the,
that
it was
makes
on the
sense, too.
news.
Well, that's probably why they
Yeah,
cut it too,
yeah.
is because it makes sense without that scene. Even though she was considered the scream queen in Hollywood at that point, having starred in a slew of horror movies, Halloween, Halloween 2, The Fog, Terror Train, and Prom Night, and even though horror movies were infamous for exploiting their female stars, Jamie Lee Curtis says she did not feel exploited in Hollywood until she went straight and started starring in mainstream movies like Trading Places. She had never been asked to appear naked in any of the horror movies she starred, but once she went mainstream and starred in Trading Places, she had to take her top off.
I thought she did get naked in prom in that the prom one. Cause it doesn't Seth Green's character say that in Scream or Scream 2? What was that? Remember?
I don't know. I've never seen Prom Night.
No, she always survived, so she never got naked, right? Or had sex.
I know, but I'm trying to think of Scream. I think he said something about when she first got
So
naked.
she
It
doesn't
was-
break the rules, though.
No, he mentions Trading Places by name as the first time.
Oh, okay, you're right then.
Okay.
But I thought
Jamie
but I
Kennedy.
thought her character was smart though, because she's like saving money and trying to be
She was, yeah.
intelligent about the whole thing.
Winthorpe's watch, a Rochefoucauld, is named after French writer Francois de la Rochefoucauld. Winthorpe names 6 cities with the intention that the watch tells 6 different time zones. Whatever, I don't know. Which is not the case. Monte Carlo, Paris, Rome, and Gstaad all share the same time zone, so the watch only tells 3.
That's funny.
That's why he only gave him $50.
Yeah.
Like,
The baggage handlers were supposed to be Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas as the McKinsey brothers from SCTV. When they fell
that
through,
would've been awesome.
that's hilarious.
Dan Aykroyd or Eddie Murphy recommended Tom Davis and Al Franken from their Saturday Night Live days.
That's funny.
Director breaking the fourth wall. When the Dukes explained to Billy Ray that the bacon is, he looks directly into the camera as if to say, "These guys must think I'm a complete idiot." And I just wanted to make sure that we brought that up because I thought it was a little weird. It's always weird to me. It's such a huge thing to do a fourth wall break.
Yeah.
And there is one too that like cheats the viewer out of any sort of catharsis in Funny Games. I don't know. Have you ever heard of that movie?
No.
It's like a couple of teenagers
Oh.
go
I
around
vaguely
this like
remember
rich
this.
neighborhood and just kill the people that are there.
Yeah.
And there's a scene where they like get the shotgun away from these guys and they get back at them and kill one of them. And then they like break the fourth wall, look at the viewer, and then rewind, like literally pick up a remote and hit rewind to do it again where they don't win. And I was like, what? I think it's just weird. Just takes you out of the movie.
It's not for you,
I
huh?
like it when Mel Brooks breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah.
It just depends on the movie. I think like you have to really go dive into that, and that's how has to be the style that you're going for. It's when there's just one in there that it's like, I don't know. The Duke brothers' manipulation of Louis and Billy Ray's fates is similar to God and Satan's bet in the book of Job in the Old Testament. God presents Job as a good example of a righteous man, but Satan says he is only faithful to God because God has rewarded him. To test his faith, God agrees to let Satan take away all of his friends and riches. The climax in which Louis and Billy Ray take their revenge by using false information to trick the brothers into losing money at the stock exchange is not unlike how Edmond Dante takes his revenge on Danglars in The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. Whew. So just because that one had The Count of Monte Cristo on it, I thought you'd want to know. And that's the end of Caleb's IMDb Trivia Corner. Yay!
Nice work.
All right. Time for the game. So I've already gone first. David Boreanaz is one of the ones who's going to come home
Is that what you picked?
and take. That's one of my picks. I have a
Angel, you have
few.
multiple picks.
Okay,
I have a few.
real quick. So David shows up. Is he David at this
Jesus
age
Christ.
that he is right now?
Oh my
Yeah?
gosh.
Yes.
Because it's gonna tie into my answer. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Good. All right. Good.
Go ahead, Josh. Let's hear it.
So I picked Arnold Schwarzenegger. I would switch with Arnold. 'cause
Arnold.
The dude is obviously an amazing actor and freak athlete, and he's got it all. He's a perfect example of the American dream. But if Arnold comes over to my house, what is he, like in the 70s?
Yeah.
So he's probably not going to be in the mood to do much, but if he does, that's a great thing for Brittany to experience.
Yes.
So, to have the honor of being with Arnold, I think is definitely worth it. So
But here's the flip side: is you got to please Maria Shriver. Do you think you can?
no, we're divorced.
They're divorced.
Oh.
So I'm single, dude.
What about
I'm
Catherine
single to mingle.
Catherine, Patrick, Christopher, and Christina Schwarzenegger, his kids?
Kids,
What
dude,
about them? They're all grown up.
Grown up, dude.
Dude, I'm doing whatever
That's
I want.
it. You just go do
Scot
whatever you
free.
want. Yeah.
Got free.
So I win.
Yeah.
I won the game.
It's similar to mine, I guess.
All right. Well, let's go to Todd. Todd, who's yours?
Well, originally, before I realized how the game worked, I picked Leo DiCaprio, but
He's still a
I guess
good pick.
it's a good pick, I guess.
You don't think Jackie would like Leo?
No, I think totally. That's why I think it's a great pick.
Yeah.
Even now, but in my original idea was to pick Leo from The Beach, his character in The Beach,
Jesus Christ.
and be that guy who just has disposable income, who's just like vacationing all over the fucking world.
Oh, okay. And not going nuts
no.
on
No.
video game PCP or whatever.
No. Just
No,
Just-
just pre-island.
just super chill, disposable income. I gotta go do whatever I want. I gotta spend it.
And he's not even married.
No.
So yeah, you can just go do whatever you want as
like
Leo.
that, even following the rules now, I think it'd be good.
Okay, well hold on. Let's see here.
That is a good answer.
So, but Josh, you can kind of do whatever you want, but you still have to be the governor. You are the governor.
Oh, no.
Not anymore.
Dude,
No, he's
are you,
not.
like-
He's not? Oh, okay.
Are you like in
Guys,
a
guys.
freaking time machine?
Yeah, I am.
Guys, Caleb does not follow the news.
What? So what does he have
Not
anything
good.
to do? Is he retired? Is he totally?
Dude,
He's just chilling, dude.
Okay, so well then what about? I'm looking
He just
at
makes fun
Leonardo.
of he just makes fun of Trump on Twitter. That's all he
Josh?
did.
Josh and I would just be chilling.
Yeah,
dude,
Caleb's got a whole schedule, filming,
No.
Yeah, I know.
pleasing a wife.
Leo,
I have
look,
to do one movie every 2 years with Scorsese. That's it.
you're currently
Yep.
filming Don't Look Up, and you're gonna be in pre-production for The Black Hand, Killers of the Flower Moon, The Devil in the White City, and then you're gonna have to be in pre-production for Roosevelt.
Either way, all that's like maybe 3 months out of a year.
They're making movies out of Killers of the Flower Moon and Devil in the White City.
Devil in the White
Apparently.
City, good book.
Apparently.
Well,
Yeah.
Devil in the White City is a TV series. It says.
DiCaprio bought
Oh.
the rights to make Devil in the White City, but that's been like in pre-production for the last like 10 years. So I don't know when it's
Oh.
gonna get made.
It just says announced.
Yeah, he
Either
just
way,
bought
I'm
the rights
chilling.
for it a long time
Don't
ago.
worry about it.
Yeah,
All right, Ken.
he's on jet skis.
Well, you're not gonna like mine. So there's
It's James May.
So no change.
it's
James May
George
goes-
R. R. Martin, so Kenneth can just sit
James
around and
May-
not do
James
anything.
May in Japan. James May makes model airplanes. James May.
there's a writer who lives in
Yes.
Japan, and all he
Yes.
does is like he'll go for a walk, he takes pictures, he writes about it, and he makes a living doing that. As far as I know, he's not married, so
What's his
it would
name,
be kind of
Kenneth?
similar. Craig Mod,
And you think you could
See-
do it?
maybe. CR Craig, and then Mod MOD.
Oh, he's not even Japanese. Where's he from?
Connecticut, I think.
He looks so
I
White.
Midwest.
I think.
So
And
white.
Ken's got the geisha hookup being in Japan, so
Writer, photographer, and walker. Craig Mod. That's his real name? Alright.
Yeah,
Alright. Cool.
And bonus.
and I don't think he'd have much of trouble adjusting to my life. I don't think he liked my job very much.
He could just change it.
Yeah.
But like Josh said, you would probably like that all the girls don't look a day over 14.
Did Josh say that? Or did I miss this?
no, Caleb's putting words in my mouth.
What?
What was your other idea though, Caleb?
Yeah,
Besides
Caleb, you had, like, you
David
had- you said
Boreanaz
that
or
three.
whatever?
Oh, yeah. No, I got a few. Kevin Costner.
Hmm.
Oh, he's pretty cool.
There's a few on my list that like, this is for my wife. I will sacrifice myself because
Is she there in the room?
she loves Kevin Costner. No, she's in the bedroom.
What are you looking at over there when you're talking to?
She's got
Oh,
got a
well, my
she's got a
my
knife-
screen.
She's got a
Oh.
knife to his nuts.
I have.
Like, you will shoot Yanu.
But my
Kevin
screen is
Costner,
over
are you-
there, and then another screen is over there.
Okay.
Say Kevin Costner, or you lose a kidney.
Or you
Hey,
lose a kidney.
Hey, how do I Venmo you some cash for a freaking monitor?
You don't have to pay me, dude. I'll find you one.
But wait, there is a caveat. It has to have a decent amount on it. So I have nowhere to put a stand. I have the decent amount of the wall.
So it just has to have the square screw on the back. Yeah, I think all of them do.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So Kevin Costner, he's married to a very pretty lady.
Yeah, who's married?
Dude, that guy like
He's got a few children though.
I saw him getting interviewed, man. He's got like 3 or 4 houses like in these really cool places. It's a good pick.
And also I'll do my best to try to raise them right, Kevin. One that is for another one for her would be Sam Elliott. Who is he married to anyone?
Sam
I
Elliott?
imagine it's gonna be
That's a
some
hilarious
old
one.
lady. I don't want to.
Christine
That's- if you
Baumgartner.
grow that mustache, dude.
Catherine Ross. I'm sure she's a wonderful lady. She does not look to be my type because she's about Sam Elliott's age. It looks like.
Not to be. Sam Elliott.
But I'll do my best to please her.
Easy.
And then one for me is Nathan Fillion. Just because that would be great for Logan to have Nathan Fillion, America's sweetheart, as his dad.
But it was Jonah Hill with American Sweetheart.
No, it's Nathan Fillion.
There's a
Nathan
joke
Fillion
in
is
the movie.
is the hidden treasure of America.
Do you watch Big Mouth, Caleb? They always make Nathan Fillion jokes.
Oh no, they do. I haven't seen
Yeah,
it, but I do like the comic that,
like
that's
about like
behind
how
it.
great he is. Like how great he is, though. That's like it's always like complimentary.
Funny.
He's like a god to the nerd world.
Kenneth giving the affirmative nod.
Yes, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was my last one. And who's
I find
but
it interesting.
what?
I was just gonna say I find it interesting. Mostly we picked actors, and
Those are the people I know about.
Todd and Josh specifically wanted ones like not married. I just want to just do whatever the fuck I want.
Yep. 100%.
Plus, like, how awesome is it if Arnold Schwarzenegger is like a part of hanging out with like my wife and kids? That's pretty cool.
Well, Nathan Fillion's never been married, nor does he have any children of his own.
Yeah.
It says. So, I would have to still show up to the set of The Rookie.
Oh, that's a deal breaker.
And I'd have to go to every Comic-Con possible to keep signing for...
Can you
That's so
imagine
true.
how
That's so
old
true.
that would get so fast?
going to every Comic-Con and
That
signing
would get
opportunity.
old.
I want to see I want to see Caleb do hover hand on everybody. Every picture. Just so I not ever touch the machine.
Well, it'd be even worse than that because Caleb's there, and they're like, "Who the fuck are you? We're here for Nathan. Where's my nerd god?"
I thought they
how
were still
does that work?
recognized as that
Well,
person.
no. Well, then everyone else would be like, "Yo, we all made the agreement, bro. They're trading places.
Yeah. The
Come
whole
on,
world would
don't
have to
be
agree.
cool about it, okay? Don't be a little shit."
Do you
I like how
not
the
know
wo-
nerds? None of them would
Oh.
accept that.
I think
Sure.
it has to be like a general, like, cosmic acceptance. of
Yeah.
happening.
You know what?
I like how
Upon further reflection, Ken, you're right. There's a hole in this plan. I don't think it's
I
gonna
like how
work.
the logistics of this game is just crumbling. Like, you asking more questions. But Caleb, wait a second.
Ken's like
What
this
about
all the
tax
time.
returns? Like, what about the overlapping year? Like, what? This isn't the end of a fiscal year, though.
Plan it to time that out. I'm sure
He's
we-
got
are you
all
gonna
of
do
his
about the
physicians
health
and
insurance?
shit in
Oh
where
my
he
God.
lives. All right.
That was a good game.
Seems like I'm more willing to have men come over and raise my children and fuck my wife than you guys are.
I thought you were gonna say at least. I thought you were gonna say. It looks like I'm the only person who can use their imagination efficiently to see how this game works.
I'm gonna choose for you next time. It's gonna be like the starting lineup of the Dallas Cowboys. All right. Make sure to get on our OnlyFans.